Vision Factory is like a design creative agency that produces shows, I guess is the best way of doing it. We're multidisciplinary. We do video, lighting, design, set design with flow, very much production design stage. So anything to do with the creative aspect of a live performance, that's what we do. What you see on the walls is sort of our documentation, what we build, how to build the show, and what Dom gets to see before we do the show, really.
You work with Dom directly?
So usually Dom will come to me, or Liam, one of us, depending on who's on the project, and start brain dump all of his crazy ideas onto us, and then we sort of try and make a narrative through that. I'll do some mood boards and some aesthetic designs, and then Liam will come over the top and do a production design, and Flo will come over and do the set design on top of that. And then we sort of, the black documents with the renders is what he gets to see, and then the white documents is what all the technicians get to see to build the whole production, basically.
Do you have to like lower his expectation?
We try and make every dream happen, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Some stuff, or sometimes people tell me no, so that's, you know. We have to work closely with the production manager and with Dom and try and get the best out of everything, but obviously there's always limitations.
Like, how long ago did you start working on the plans?
I'm not too sure actually. It's been, probably from the last Bludfest really, after the ideas started coming in. But I think probably about 3-4 months of solid work on it. The plots, backs and forth. I can't remember what version we're on, but it wasn't too many changes really. The main change was the thrust and making it health and safety safe. So that was the main sort of issue we came into. Yeah, that was it really. Got signed off quite quickly. Well, the last Bludfest came in between like a touring. We were touring at the time, so we came into this show and then went back out on tour. So I feel like this show is the build up for this, and then he's going off on tour. So it feels, to me, it feels a bit more special and a bit more, yeah, it's good.
And Flo, like with you doing like the set design stuff, how does that work? What does that involve?
It's always very different for each project, I'd say. This one I was brought in slightly later. They already had like a very strong concept and aesthetic, and then they asked if I could work like within that sort of, I guess, those parameters. So it was like it was quite fun to already have like a very strong styling from these guys.
Just a very quick roundup of how you got into the industry.
Left school, I went on and did my electrician apprenticeship, realised that I didn't really want to do that. My dad was a video designer at the time for like Metallica and Sting, but I didn't want to do video, so I actually went to an AV company, Central Presentations in Honolulu.
Okay, yeah.
So I worked there for a while, tried all the different audio, video and lighting. I was setting all like light rigs on my lunch break, and so Max, the owner at the time, he was like, well, you need to go on tour. So he kind of like said, you're sacked, you need to go do it. So then I pestered Robin Wayne at PRG, and then my first tour was the Oasis Stadium tour in 2009. And then went from there really, looking after the front of the house, media server, programmer. Then I got into the lighting programming, and then lighting design. Worked for myself for a while on projects with Sam. The opportunity came up to come join Vision Factory, which was a year ago last month, so yeah.
I went to university and studied theatrical lighting design and scenography, Central School of Speech and Drama, and I realised it was far too pretentious for me, and everybody was just far too wanky, I guess. So I just started, at the same time, reaching out to bands. I started touring with a band called Mode Step, just as like the light operator, didn't really know what the design part was. Got in trouble along the way and ended up, designing shows with a few artists like Wilkinson and stuff, and it's just been like a curveball of rolling mess all the way down. Post-COVID, I didn't want to do this by myself anymore. COVID was a tough time for everybody, and it was definitely a tough time for people in our industry. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start a company and have a big team, or a team of people that we can all rely on, and sort of create more of a collaborative process on projects rather than having one designer and one rule. And that's sort of where we started in 2020, and we've been trying to pinch people and clients ever since.
I was like Sam, I also studied performance design at drama school. I went to the Welsh College of Music and Drama and graduated in 2018. But when I was there, I always had like a really strong, I love theatre, but I always wanted to get into music. When I graduated, I got my first full-time job for a company called Bright Design. I learned so much from them in 2020. Because of COVID as well, I went freelance. I think I met Sam shortly after, in 2021. We've been collaborating since then. Yeah, always just send those emails, ask for coffees, even, just ask for 10 minutes at a time. Just always send that email, because it doesn't hurt, but I don't know what comes off.
My university lecturer always said, always go for a beer. A lot of people in the industry like to have a beer, I guess.
A lot of people would just, like, if you message them, would just give you a quick Zoom call or Teams call or phone call.
Exactly. There's a Coach and Horses it used to be, I don't know if it still happens.
Yeah.
Every Friday, third week of every Friday, every month, there used to be a big especially for lighting designers, meet up at the Coach and Horses. You don't have to have a drink, but there's a large collection of people in the industry that always meet up somewhere in London or somewhere around the UK, which is always great.
And Production Futures, of course.
Oh, and Production Futures, yeah.
Like just meeting all the people, and obviously,
We're your network.
yeah, and so like networks, like so like the TPI Awards is like a good way to reconnect with people, which I found, and obviously job opportunities come from that as well. So just connecting in person, I think, is a good way to do it.
Picking the phone up. No one seems to do that anymore. It's like literally get on Google, find phone numbers and pick it up. Like I've landed jobs and they said, we wouldn't have even thought of that, but you picked the phone up. And it was nice to actually talk to you, yeah.
So what's next?
A holiday for me.
I've got Kian going out programming next week,
Yeah.
and then same, we're going to take a week off.
The Youngblood Tour.
The Youngblood Tour's going
I mean,
out.
that's huge.
Yeah, well, we've already started brainstorming ideas for the UK Arena Tour,
Right.
which is obviously
Yeah.
going to be an evolution of the production that you see today and what you're going to see in the festivals for the rest of the year. So we're excited about that. We've got some crazy ideas. So Parkway Drive, coming from Australia that we built last year. Dom Dollar, DJs, that's going to stadiums, and then we do a festival in the Middle East called Sandstorm. We've already started prepping for that already, so that's sort of busy.
There is a skill shortage, right?
Yes, there is. CAD guys, that's what we need.
And if you want to know what that is, just connect with me on LinkedIn.
And there's a couple of visuals of CAD up, so
Yeah, exactly that. Or creatives and people who want to be involved in this industry, definitely.
Thank you so much
That's
for
all
coming
right.
over.
Thank you.
Chat with us.
Thank you.